When we recently received a very expensive roll of fiber optic cable that was damaged in shipment, I got the opportunity to learn what goes on inside these fiber optic cables that are used for temperature sensing, and today I'm going to show you. We're working on a project right now that's going to Antarctica, and you've seen many different aspects of this project on our channel, but it's using a fiber optic cable down through an ice sheet to sense temperatures. And we got a really expensive roll of this fiber optic cable, something like 1.5 kilometers of it, that was damaged in shipment, and the company had to send a technician out here to repair the splices and the cable that had been damaged. Now, we learned a lot while the technician was working, and I wanted to share some of it with you and just show you what the structure of this fiber optic cable is, because though fiber optic cable is becoming more important in geophysics, we don't really deal with it a lot yet. So this particular fiber is called FIMT, or fiber in metal tube, and it's a way to try to protect the little bitty fiber optic cables in there when they get deployed, in this case with lots of ice, but they also get deployed out by streams and in deserts and in industrial situations, all kinds of harsh environments. First, on the outside, what you see is this jacketing material. This is a really tough, weather-resistant, waterproof jacket. I'm not sure exactly what plastic this particular one is made out of, but it was a pain to strip off watching it happen. Inside that jacket, there's this metal braid, which looks a lot like metal braiding that you might see in a shielded data cable or RF cable, except it is a higher gauge. This is really tough, and the goal of this metal braid is to give some bend resistance so you don't kink as easily, and also provide abrasion protection, though clearly it's not going to waterproof. That's the role of the outer jacket. Inside the metal braid is this tube, and it is hard to express how small this tube is. It's around 1/16 of an inch, 63 thousandths in diameter. That's a couple millimeters if you don't like the imperial system. And inside this tube is where the fiber actually is. So this tube is bendy and somewhat malleable, but protects the fiber again from any liquid intrusion from the outside. It also provides a lot of mechanical protection for the fiber. And finally, inside we get to the fiber, and these are tiny. I'm gonna put a card up here so you can see those little dots are the splices that were done with a fusion splicing machine, which is a whole nother topic. In this case, inside that metal tube, there are 4 of these fibers. There's a green, blue, yellow, and red fiber, and that's actually an outer sheathing on the glass that's in the core of those. There's a special stripping tool to strip these down further. So this fiber in metal tube is a really complicated assembly that gives you robust protection over the fiber optic cable so it can be deployed in these harsh environments.